All right. Just got done watching Knicks versus Rockets. It's pretty fun. Tonight, I was looking through the game schedule. I saw the Knicks were hosting the Houston Rockets. Both of these teams got two great coaches, Ime Udoka and Thibs. Both feel like they add a lot of grit. They add a lot of hustle to their teams. Like they have a pronounced effect, and you can tell specifically on teams they've both coached throughout their careers so far. Another interesting little thing about this game tonight, the refs, man, they really, really let the players play. I mean, there was a lot of contact. Things got mean at certain points, it seemed like, especially in the paint. But, wow, not too many calls, I'd say. It was actually pretty impressive. There were clear frustrations from certain players like Brunson, who had taken some nasty shots in the paint on some drives a few times and didn't get any calls, and you could tell that was really frustrating him. But I think another takeaway was, good Lord, that final minute was insanely long. I think this has been something that's just built up the last few years in the NBA, maybe the last 5 or 6. It just keeps getting worse, I feel like, where the end of these games takes way too long. Way too long. It's absolutely ridiculous. We will get an insane amount of timeouts. We will get an insane amount of foul calls, especially close games. I mean, that's mostly where this is happening, where we have to constantly take a break to inbound the ball following a foul. The time, for some reason, to get to the free throw line and take our free throws takes forever. I mean, there's got to be some kind of rules put into place to quicken things. I mean, I understand it's almost like an excuse to take 5 ad breaks in the final minute, maybe 6, it seems like. But this is something that I think is having a pronounced effect on the ratings, because I almost turned the game off. I mean, it already felt like the result was final, no matter what was going to happen, even though it was a close game. But at the same time, you want to watch and make sure nothing crazy happens, but you really got to sit through some BS to do it. Obviously, neither of these teams were healthy tonight. No OG, no Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks, noticeably. Fred VanVleet and Sengun also absent from the Rockets. I think looking over how the Rockets were tonight, honestly, WTF with Whitmore. He was amazing at many, many moments throughout this game. The guy was automatic. Every time he touched the ball, it seemed like on the offensive end, it was going in. Dylan Brooks is always a funny player to watch. It's just kind of like Dylan Brooks is a great player to have on certain teams. I feel like he's a hustle player. He's a trash talker. He brings everything he has. I feel like every game he does the dirty work that a lot of guys don't want to do. At the same time, God, that confidence to keep shooting is crazy, because I have no idea to this day what Dylan Brooks has done in his career to think he is that guy. But at the same time, because he thinks he is that guy, it leads to some great moments and great games from him. So keep being you, man, because you are on a top seed in the West once again, and you have a pronounced effect on this team, whether a lot of people want to admit it or not. I think the Rockets, in certain moments, it looked like they just lacked experience, where the Knicks didn't. There were several fast breaks that were just wasted due to miscommunication between the players making those fast breaks, or just little dumb mistakes throughout the game and stupid turnovers, which led to fast breaks from the Knicks, who were able to score. There was also, like, at the end of the game, a big shot clock violation within that last minute. That was just, like, it was just dumb. There was almost one earlier in the game, too, where they actually, I believe it was Jalen Green, tried to bank the shot in with literally 1 second left. He missed, but still, it was just several moments where, what are we doing? What is the plan here on this possession? Overall, though, they still look like a really well-coached team, which is probably why they are doing so well in the West this year in the first place. I'd imagine this team, without Ime Udoka, they have a lot of talent, but he's what is sharpening that talent and making this team so great. Jalen Green looks solid. I mean, Holiday also was just big time. Thompson was really great and noticeable in this game. Great finishing at the rim. His ball handling looked really good. Overall, I was just happy with all the young players on the Rockets. They look good. I'm more excited as the months go on to see them once the playoffs hit. They will definitely be a dark horse team to watch, you know. And then especially once everyone's healthy on the team, just seeing them together, that'll be fun. Going more into the Knicks, I just want to talk about tonight. I really, spending out of a couple days ago, I was pretty, and I still feel very depressed about the Dallas Mavericks trading Luka Doncic. So I see Jalen Brunson's playing, and my mind starts racing. I'm remembering it was just almost 2 years ago that Jalen Brunson walked away from the Dallas Mavericks for nothing due to incompetent decisions through the prior season by the front office, by Nico Harrison, who lowballed Jalen Brunson, who then outperformed, who bet on himself, outperformed what he was offered. And then basically the Knicks had an offer that the Mavericks could not match at all, which was overall an extremely embarrassing and very annoying result in that free agency. Now, just another reminder that maybe as great as Nico Harrison was for the Mavericks, he's clearly somebody who has fumbled some really great things in Jalen Brunson. He is really, really great for New York, man. Tonight he was amazing. He was clutch, especially in the final few minutes. It felt like he controlled the game in a way that nobody else did on the court. He had a huge three with 1 minute left, and it felt like he just took the soul out of the Rockets. I mean, it was amazing. And then right after, it felt like 5 minutes later, he got a big steal. And it just turned the tide of everything, that the plays he made. He just stole the game away for the Knicks. Mikal Bridges looked stellar, especially early on. I mean, his finishing at the rim was great. His defense was good. I mean, overall, what an amazing piece he is to this team as well. And he is a perfect fit next to Brunson, another perfect fit. The Villanova boy, Josh Hart, was awesome. He had a great putback. I remember when Brunson missed a layup, Hart just came running in, slammed it in, got an and one. It was awesome. I mean, he had another pretty funny moment where it seemed like for a second he may almost get a delay game where he's like talking to the ball, poking it after the Knicks scored. And he's just kind of dribbling it with one finger, but he's acting like he's screaming, pointing at it. It was pretty funny. Cat was also amazing. I mean, the guy looks like a freight train every time he's running into the paint. It doesn't seem like anything can stop him. It doesn't always lead to like instant, like automatic layups, but it almost definitely leads to like at least a foul or an and one. You know, it's pretty fun to see. There was a moment where like he isolates Brooke after an inbound from Brunson. I believe it was like Brunson inbounds to Cat. Cat gives up to Brunson. They switch to the defenders. Cat got the ball back. He's got Brooks on him, and he just backs him down. And Dylan Brooks, like I said earlier, the massive ego, stays on Cat, tries his very best, and then just gets an and one on his head. But a few other players noticeable in the Knicks. Precious Achiuwa was doing a lot of dirty work and pretty useful, I'd say, for the Knicks overall. Definitely a guy I bet Thibs likes a lot. And then McBride had a clutch three near the end of the game. And then another moment for McBride early in the game. He steals the ball around the half court and falls, and he's holding the ball, and he's able to keep possession. And then the refs blow a whistle, and they call it kickball. Now, I watch on McBride, I believe. I watch this replay, and I don't see a single person's foot hit the ball. So really interesting, especially from a game where they weren't really calling anything. But, you'll always have some kind of weird call like that, especially nowadays, it seems like. But overall, really fun game. These teams, I just recommend everybody, if you get a chance to watch either of them, do it. They are fun. They are exciting. They both give it their all, like, every night. And that's a testament to their coaches, and that's a testament to the players that they have. Looking forward to more Jalen Brunson. It's always a little bittersweet watching him. I just wish he was still a Maverick, but really rooting for him, especially when the playoffs come this year. I want him to do great. I want Jalen Brunson to just continue to show the world what he's capable of. All right, thank you guys.